Hello, friends around the world. I am here again live to let you know that there's just 3 days left to register for the early bird discount for my spring yoga and psyche immersion. And the early bird discount is a solid $100 off the full fee. So I wanted to let you know that ended Monday. And we are already gathering a wonderful group of people from around the world, both to be taking the training in person, where California spring flowers will be in full season. And certainly if you're traveling here, add on a few extra days because California is so beautiful in April. And also in the online community, we have people attending the training from all over the world and are definitely going to be bringing the diversity of perspective from their cultures. So I've been corresponding with lots of people, answering lots of questions, so I thought I would answer the main questions here so that you don't have to ask them, and I'll just share the answers to things that people are asking. First one, I'm well trained in yoga and or somatics. Am I going to learn anything new? So here's my response. What I'm bringing to the table is 20 years of experience in both modalities as a lifelong psychonaut and yoga junkie. For myself, I find that attending trainings of yogis and psychologists who have been in the field for many years, like myself, each has developed kind of a unique perspective and a certain amount of gems, and I continually partake of those experiences for my own ongoing learning. So what I'm bringing to the table is 20 years of experience as a practitioner, as a clinician, as a client. Also, when I did Peter Levine's somatic experiencing 3-year training 10 years ago, more than that, I was already a yoga teacher and already a clinician. So I spent my immersion and the intensive requirement they asked to work with trainers and supervision, working with some of the top trainers in the method to develop the basic practices of yoga and psyche, and to do the foundational work from which everything I've done in the last 10 years has been built. And in my experience, I don't think we need to recreate the wheel. I think we need to learn from what other people have already done, and then refine the wheel and ride it in the direction that our lives and our work are going. Next, what I'm proposing in my new book is actually an invitation to a field that's already emerging. For me, it's like a wave that wants to break free, or as my publisher, Tammy Simon, who's publishing my Yoga and Psyche book next year, said, this is at the zeitgeist of contemporary culture. This is something that is already happening. So when I convened the first International Yoga and Psyche Conference in 2014 at the California Institute of Integral Studies in San Francisco, we brought together over 150 participants from more than a dozen countries throughout the world. And one of the best parts of the whole meeting was that people got to meet each other and form new collaborations and share the riches of what they were all learning. So this is not only a training, but it's community building, and it's an invitation to get to meet some of the most remarkable people that I'm continually awed and humbled that I get to work with in my trainings. And I can guarantee, based on personal experience, that the quality of people that I meet, which means who you'll meet in these trainings, are just extraordinary trailblazers in all different domains of yoga and body work and physical therapy, psychotherapies, group work. That's what I'm particularly excited about. Next question. I'm already trained in somatic experiencing. Am I going to learn anything new? So my response to that is, if I'm doing my job well, then you will. I am taking Peter Levine's, some of his just basic methods that he's codified so beautifully over 40 years, and again, pre-packaging them with not only yoga asana, but pranayama, meditation, yoga philosophy, particularly a tantric perspective. Next question. I live in a country where the economy is different from the U.S. Are there scholarships? So we truly value an international participation in this program. And please, if you want to take the training from somewhere else in the world and you have a different economy, contact the Somatic Experiencing Institute and talk to them about it, because we want to include everybody who wants to come. Next question. If I can't make the training, will you be teaching it again? The answer is yes, definitely, and no, not this year. So I've been pulling back to finish my book, and I've also been pouring my energy this year into this training alone. For one, because I'm so excited to collaborate with the Somatic Experiencing Institute and specifically do a yoga and psyche training focused on somatic experiencing and yoga. And secondly, because I'm going to take a big travel trip with my son in the second part of the year. So I'm putting all my energy into this year's training, and next year when my new book comes out in February, yes, I will be doing lots and lots more things on the subject. No worries. To sum it up, I think a lot of what I've gotten from my years of immersion in this is that every time I take to the yoga mat and I partake of classes regularly with my peers, I'm able to give myself and offer others what I like to call free therapy on the mat. Is it psychotherapy? No, but for my experience, what brought me to this work and this need to integrate these fields so much is that when I'm doing yoga practice, or in the years when I used to teach regular classes, when emotional material is coming up and we have a sense of that, there is a lot more that can be done than chanting Om or coming back to the breath or deepening our alignment. Peter's codified the tools. I've mixed them with yoga, and I want to give them to you. So when you go in to do your yoga practice with whoever you study with, you can really pay attention to and simultaneously make use of the practice to process your emotional material, whether or not your yoga teacher is somatically taught and informed. Similarly, therapists who are passionate about yoga, there's simple and effective ways to bring this into the room, whether or not you ever use a posture with a client, because yoga is so vast in its context and its simple breathing practices, postural perspectives, and so many things that can be easily taught and transmitted. So I want to give you the goods so you can take them and benefit as many people as you can. Once again, everyone who attends the training will get a 30-hour certificate of completion. Those who have completed Peter Levine's 3-hour somatic experiencing training and our SEPs will receive 30 hours of post-advanced credit, and therapists and mental health workers who attend the training in person will receive 24 CEs. Feel free to write to me about any more content questions, Somatic Experiencing Institute about any logistics, and hope to meet so many new and old friends soon into the future. Happy almost spring.